So, hello everyone. I'm Tarushi from RevWheels, and today we have with us Mr. Vikram and we have Mr. Vinny as well with us. So, sort of few questions that I have to pick up. As you know that ACMA is the backbone of auto industry component. What, according to you, is the single biggest opportunity in 2026 when we are looking at Indian component makers? Is it EV, supply chain, or localization of for global OEM, or is it something else? We do one more.
No, I think overall there's an opportunity in each sector that you mentioned. There is a pull from the OE side. The OE industry continues to grow, and the Indian auto component industry supporting the OE continues to support the growth. As you've seen, there is premiumization happening on the OE front. The Indian auto component industry is becoming part of that premiumization agenda. Auto components players have added a number of new SKUs in their system to be able to grow this premium segment. This whole aftermarket agenda continues to grow. The Indian auto component industry again is taking advantage of that system. E-commerce coming into place in the aftermarket, new supply chains into internet is offering an opportunity for the aftermarket. Export markets continue to be robust. Temporary ups and downs will happen, but as the Indian auto component industry remains competitive and continues to make itself even further competitive, I think the opportunity for India to become even larger parts of the supply chain, keeping in mind what's happening to cost pressures around the world, I think the opportunity for Indian companies continues to grow. Like we rightly said, in the end, this whole transition to EV, this whole transition to getting more and more electronics in the car, software-driven vehicles, again offers a great opportunity for Indian auto component players to add to their repertoire of offerings. So overall, from an auto component perspective, exciting times, interesting times, transitionary times, but exciting times.
So just a follow-up question to that for the exports part particularly, since the exports have significantly increased in the last financial year, how much more are you expecting the increase of exports, and particularly when we are talking about the OEMs? The PD sector was the most important sector where the growth was seen. So what are the other areas that we can grow exponentially in, and how much growth are we looking at that we can have?
And that, I think we're happy the way the growth came by, and I think very commendable that we were able to grow on the export front despite very severe geopolitically challenges. Well, and I keep my fingers crossed as well. Diving on the export front, we can say we are very aggressively increasing your markets. People like covering your markets, but that's really said. Again, the I'm pretty confident the domestic market will continue to grow, and the reason for that is because the vehicular penetration is still in very lacking. It's very poor. In population about 30 the headroom for growth was very similar. From two-wheeler perspective, we have probably 170 two-wheelers per 1,000 people. You have one bus per hub. So it means that the headroom for growth is so much that I think the vehicle industry and the component industry will flourish. And, talking about has been extremely stable. We remain sweet spot in the entire globe for geopolitical challenges. So I think the growth momentum will continue for some time to customer taste. And as President said, there will be always ups and downs. And I think what like the challenges.
Fingers crossed to that.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And the industry finds this industry is a very resilient industry. We went through COVID, we went through these headwinds at that time, and the industry reinvented itself. So I think what's wonderful about this industry is it always adds something. They're always innovating. They're always trying to do something new. And this transition, I think, is what the industry will take advantage of.
So another question. Since the advent of EVs and ADS and connected tempo and even milk to sales, how is ACMA helping the Indian component manufacturers upgrade particularly in terms of R&D, testing standards, and certifications to meet the global benchmarks?
So we have a dedicated pillar. So ACMA has pillar structure. Pillars are like divisions, you can say, and one of the pillars is dedicated to uh, technology upgradation of the shop floor. And here we have about 65 people here testing something, and they walk into the shop floor. They help you to gain need that design. They help you to improve your productivity. They help you to maintain consistent quality. Till date, we have did something like 2,500 blocks with voice lab, some of that zero defect. So, and data card, to give exposure to the industry, ACMA uh, continues to mobilize delegations. We just did a delegation to the CES show, which is like a beta for new technologies, maybe which soon be mounting a delegation behind to understand how the industry there is ramping up on how its performance that. So ACMA has a huge learning agenda for the industry, and our membership. I think we are effective because the membership keeps growing. Today we represent 11 the companies. Yeah, that's a very huge number. So uh, we continue to do what they think they will do best. Help the industry. The industry gives their feedback. Wait, cycle and continue.
Number of each. I think
We support a startup program, huge startup program we work on, and this is the fifth year of the startup program where several of the companies come and we scout the universe, not just new startups from Britain, from Israel, from the US, from several countries, Germany, they engage with us and they that types people invest in our technology. So yeah,
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
thank you.
Just one last question.
Go ahead.
Since you know the auto component industry is such a huge ecosystem in itself. So what do you think? What does ACMA think that what area key area it is wherein India can become a global hub, and what kind of support does ACMA need from the government or from the global OEMs to reach them?
Okay, so I think fundamentally we have had a very strong manufacturing sector. We need to invest to become to be supplying consistent polish to the world. We need to marry the next generation technology into it. We need to invest more R&D, move more, look at more innovation. I guess that's the way to go forward. The industrial government is aligned and sort of.
True. And again, like I think Vinny mentioned, um, there are a number of areas that India is totally competitive, and we can continue to be global suppliers to whether it be or the aftermarket. And that's the engine that I think the industry has also been following. The government has been supporting that agenda while we continue to transition to newer technology.
Also, every month we are participating in the Mosque Trade Show to help give our vendor exposure to the national export market.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
answering it. It was lovely.
Pleasure to see you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.